לשנה טובה תיכתבו, לשנה טובה תיכתבו, תיכתבו ותיכתבו.
Boker Tov, everybody. Good morning. Gamar Tov, that's another thing we say on Yom Kippur. Good to be here with you all. Today is, anyone know what today is?
Nice.
Okay, I was just talking with someone about how I all morning thought it was Wednesday, so thank you. Yes, it is Thursday. All the way in the back, but not the way back. Thank you for coming to row 5. Appreciate it. What's today? Yom Kippur. Does anyone know what Yom means? Yom is the Hebrew word for day. And Kippur, any ideas?
It's a fancier word.
It is a fancier word.
Yeah.
What does it mean? We got a hand, another hand, all the way in the back. See, this is what you need to be. What? Ooh, forgiveness is a great guess. So the word Kippur means atonement, which is a fancy word that has to do with forgiveness. Who knows, who can share? What do we do on Yom Kippur? What are the things we do on Yom Kippur? Anyone know? Okay, a very participatory back row today. This is great. Anyone else want to know? Okay, great. In the back, 1, 2, 3. Give me some answers. What do we do on Yom Kippur? What is this holiday about? What? I just can't hear what you're saying. My ears don't work when I'm tired. Did I hear you say that we forgive or reflect? Yes, we're supposed to reflect. So think about our past year and think about the coming year. What else? There were 2 other hands. You want to add anything? No. Hard. Yeah. So if you're over the age of Bar Mitzvah, you might choose to fast. Yeah. And not eat. Yeah. Other things on Yom Kippur? Okay. So Yom Kippur is about asking for forgiveness. So I have a question. How many of you have ever done something that you were not supposed to do, as it turns out? Maybe it was on accident, maybe it was on purpose. Like everybody has. That's why we have this holiday, because everybody has and everybody does. Every year we can try and be the best people in the world and do everything right, and we will still mess up. That's just how it goes. And so part of this year is about noticing how we've messed up so that we can try and do better. The purpose is not to just make ourselves feel bad and beat ourselves up. So what do you do when you mess up? What are some things you do after that? I know a Daniel Tiger song about this. You're welcome to sing if you would like. But let's say you accidentally hurt someone, you accidentally kick someone, or you get mad and grab something and then realize you shouldn't have done it. What are some things you do? Oscar? Apologize. Saying you're sorry is the first part. Then, what else? Same thing, apologize. Okay. Is it enough to just be like, sorry? No. What does it mean to really apologize? Yeah. Okay, so say sorry and say you're going to try to do better next time is a way that you show that like you really are paying attention and it's not just like a quick, let's move on, sorry. Yeah, you can also try and make it better. If there's something, like if you broke something, you can try and help fix it. Or if you accidentally hurt someone, making sure they get what they need to be better, an ice pack or whatever. So yeah, so today is all about thinking about how we can be better in this next year. We're going to do a short service. We have a little story from our Torah. Hopefully you have a prayer book. Usually we have a dark blue prayer book called a Sidur. This is called a Machzor. And Machzor is related to the word for cycles. And we are at the beginning of the new year. And so this is our special High Holy Day prayer book. Oscar, yes. Sidor Jr., yes. It's like Machzor Jr., yes. So it is a special prayer book just for you all. We're going to begin on page 64. We've got Moda'ani, which is our morning prayer. Giving thanks that we are alive today, and we're going to sing a melody that is maybe not as rowdy as our usual one. Usually we're like up and stretching stuff. This is going to be a more cuddly, reflective one.
Indeed.
Teach us.
You are my sunshine.
Hey, that's not about
my
Annie.
only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Say melody, Moda'ani. Moda'ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam shehechazarta bi nishmati bechemla raba emunatecha.
All right. That was our morning prayer of gratitude. I was saying thank you to God. And then we are going to turn now to page 76. I need to, if you notice anything about these pictures, we can talk about them. Just sort of pay attention to the pictures. We'll come back to that later. Some different pictures in here. So on 76, we have the Baruch Hu, which is the official start of our service. So if you're ready, I'll invite you to stand if you are able, and we'll face east towards Jerusalem.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared?
seated. We're going to turn now to page 82 for Shema. Shema, some people say this is the most important prayer that we have in our service. Others say a different prayer is. We like healthy debate. And this is our prayer all about listening, using our ears. The best way to use our listening ears is by closing off some of our other senses. So trying to be quiet for a moment, closing your eyes if you're comfortable, or some people just cover their eyes. And it's all about the thing that we have in common as a Jewish people, which is our belief in one God. So we're going to join together. On the next page, we have Ve'ahavta, which is our prayer, reminding us that we're supposed to love God with all our heart, soul, and might. On Yom Kippur, one of the things that we do is, there's a saying, some people talk about what the idea of like hardening your heart, that sometimes you can harden your heart, which means many things, but think about if you have a sibling or a cousin or a friend or a parent or whatever that you've gotten in an argument with, or if you get in trouble for something. Sometimes when you get in trouble, like, Ron,
Yes.
why did you hit your brother? Instead of saying, sorry, my bad, we're quick to be like, well, he started it because he da-da-da, right? And you can always find excuses to blame someone else. And that's one of the ways that we sort of harden our heart and make it so we're not really reflecting. We can also harden our heart by maybe if someone else is having a hard time, not being compassionate and not being, paying attention to other people. So, question, point to your heart. Let's just make sure we all know generally where our heart is. I've got a microphone back. Okay. What do you think, show me what you think it looks like with your body to harden your heart. What would that look like? Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Other things? What might it look like to harden your heart? Yes, love it. Okay. And now what would it look like to, what does it look like to open your heart? What would you do to open your heart to show that? Maybe you sit up a little straighter. Yeah. Maybe you pull your shoulders back. I saw some hands open. Yeah. So let's take a deep breath in together. Let it out. And let's see if we can maybe open our hearts a little bit. Stretch a little bit. And we're going to chant Ve'ahavta on page 84. Let's see if we can chant together. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha
hayom al levavecha, veshinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, b'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvlechtecha v'derech, uvshochbecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha, Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha, leman tizkeruhu v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'hitem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeti etchem meretz Mitzrayim, lihiyot lachem l'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. And on page 86, we move from opening our hearts to Michamocha, our prayer of redemption, our prayer of freedom. We'll sing together. This is our special High Holy Day melody that you may have heard either last night or during Rosh Hashanah. Or this morning. Right. Adonai, mi chamocha neda b'kodesh, no tehilot osef eleh.
On page 89, we have a special prayer that we say as we transition to the next part of our service. Do we have anyone who likes to read that wants to come up here with your prayer book? Yeah, we can have a few people. Yeah, the two of you, come on up. My Tashlich reader's back. So I'm going to have you read, Oscar, I'll have you read the first paragraph here. Yeah, and then.
Thank you, God, for our messy, crazy, and wonderful families. Thank you for following us to make deep and supportive connections with other people. Thank you for teaching us that belonging to a family is both a beautiful blessing and a sacred responsibility.
Right here, yeah. Turn around that way.
When we look around this room, we see families are made in ways. And we thank you for your
Yeah. Thank you. We can say together, Amen.
Amen.
We love our messy, crazy families. Thank you. So now we're going to turn to page 100. And we have a number of prayers. Some of those prayers that we just sang might be familiar to you from religious school tefillah or Shabbat. And now we've got a number of prayers that we just say during the High Holy Days. They're special to this season. And the themes of asking for forgiveness, receiving forgiveness, giving forgiveness to other people if they say sorry to you. Okay, so at the top of page 100, there are some words in Hebrew that we're going to sing. B'Rosh Hashanah, Yikatevun, V'Yom Som Kippur, Yikatemun. We're going to sing those words, which mean that on Rosh Hashanah is written, on Yom Kippur it is sealed. And the idea is that during these 10 days from Rosh Hashanah to Yom Kippur, we are making all the changes to write out what the next year is going to be, and hoping, we write out, hoping that it'll be a good year, that good things will happen, that good things will happen to us, that we will do good things in the world. Also knowing that, like, we don't know what's going to happen. So many things can happen in a year, and so we're praying that we have a good year ahead. So.
Amen. בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייחתמו. בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייחתמו.
All right, for all my readers, let's read together in the English on page 100. Today you open the book of life. You can join me so that we can read is written on its pages. Today you ask us to open our hearts and reflect on what we have said and done this past year. On Rosh Hashanah it is written, and on Yom Kippur it is sealed. But throughout the year the book of life is open, and the choices we make leave a mark on our world. And so we ask ourselves and each other, who will choose to live a good life? Whose hands will cause hurt, and whose hands will help heal? Who will speak up, and who will be silent? Who will be wise enough to learn from others? Who will be strong enough to make good choices? Who will be greedy, and who will be grateful? Who will break people down, and who will build people up? Who will choose to be a blessing? And then we say at the bottom, through return to the right path, through prayer, tefillah, through righteous giving, tzedakah, we can earn a new page in the book of life and write a better story in the new year. You can't go under the bima, Elijah. We'll never get you back. Hey.
You warp into
I'll have to send Alice under there to get you. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We're going to turn to page 113. And we have our prayer for peace. Oseh Shalom. Let's join together.
Oseh Shalom bimromam, Hu Yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam.
On page 114, we have Avinu Malkeinu. If you were at Tashlich at our family service that day, we read this together. Avinu Malkeinu is a phrase that we use on the High Holy Days to talk about God as Avinu is parent and Malkeinu is a ruler. And so we talk about God using both of these things, both of these ideas, as a loving parent, but also a ruler. You think about a ruler as someone who gives us rules that we're supposed to follow, right? Creates some order that we're supposed to live by. So got a little bit of loving compassion and also holding us accountable, because sometimes we need that. So we're going to read the English together. Please join me. Avinu Malkeinu, hear our voice. Avinu Malkeinu, we have missed the mark before you. Avinu Malkeinu, have compassion on us and on our families. Avinu Malkeinu, help us bring an end to sickness, violence, and hunger. Avinu Malkeinu, let our hands overflow with your blessings. Avinu Malkeinu, help us write our names in the book of lives well lived. We're going to sing together in the Hebrew.
Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu Laneinu, Ki Ein Banu Masi. tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu tzedakah v'chesed v'hoshienu. Avinu malkeinu, Avinu malkeinu, Avinu malkeinu, chonenu v'aleinu, ki ein banu masim.
Avinu Malkeinu, almighty and merciful, answer us with patience as we continue to learn and grow. Save us through acts of justice and love. We're going to pause in our machzor to take a step into our Torah. Are you, yeah? Yeah. Good. Get ready. Places, please. All right. I am going to invite you, if you are able and willing, to stand up. We're not going to yeah, you heard and you know that the Torah scrolls are in there. You think it's small? Well, that's where we keep our Torahs. I think it's kind of big. Yeah, we got our 3 big Torahs. All right. I'm going to invite you to stand up if you're able and willing, because I need your help for this. Okay, if you are comfortable doing this, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and use your imagination. Reach out your hands like you're about to receive something. Ooh, you know when someone's about to give you a gift and you're like, ooh, just hand it over. All right, and all of a sudden, you're going to get something landing in your hands with a big thunk. You have been handed a very old scroll on a long piece of paper, rolled up super, super tight. Wrap your arms around it. Hold it tight. It's heavy, 35 pounds to be exact. This scroll is called the Torah. Now, you can open your eyes and imagine that you have become the Torah. What does it feel like to be all wrapped up? Tight, you've got a belt on and a cover. How does it feel? How does it feel? Yeah? Feels weird? Maybe safe though, maybe a little cozy, maybe a little constricting. Okay, now you're gonna carefully wiggle off your Torah cover. Ready? How do you get your Torah cover off? Okay, you still got your belt on. We're gonna unbuckle our belts on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you can breathe a little bit. And we're gonna open ourselves up so we can be read, okay? Echad, shtaim, shalosh. Open yourselves up, unroll your Torah. I don't know, maybe you gotta go that way. Yeah? We don't need the whole thing unrolled, just part of it. Okay, this is our Torah. It is filled with stories from long time ago. It was passed down from all your grown-ups, from their grown-ups and their grown-ups and their grown-ups, to children for thousands of years to read these stories, to imagine and to remember. And so now it's our turn to jump into a special story in the Torah. This is the story that we read on Yom Kippur. Are you ready? Okay, so on the count of 3, you might want to make a little bit of space. Just decide where you're going to go. We're going to jump into the Torah. So maybe you could take a scooch, you could take a hop to the side, wherever, but know where you're going. That's the important part, always. Ready? Chad, shtaim, shalosh. Whoa, okay. You can have a seat. Look around. We are in a big tent in the desert, and it is time to wake up. What do you hear? What sounds do you hear in the desert? What sounds do you think you hear in the desert? No monkeys. Do you think it's raining in the desert? No. Yeah. What sounds might you hear? Yeah, maybe sand and wind. Yeah. Rattlesnakes. Maybe you hear a little rattlesnake going by. Yeah. The sun's coming in. Do you think it feels hot or cold? Really depends on the time of year, I'll be honest with you, but maybe it's hot. It's a hot day. I think it's a hot day. Okay, we're gonna step outside of our tent. Ready? Open our, I don't know, maybe you've got one of the fancy REI tents with a rain fly, just in case, whatever. And there is a huge mountain right in front of us. Okay, as soon as you open the door to your tent, your friend runs over to you. We gotta go. Moses has a really important message to share with us, and he wants everyone there. Are you ready? For weeks and weeks, this Moses guy has been telling us stories and giving us rules and telling us all these things about how we're about to cross over into a place called Canaan. And your parents pop in. We got to pack our bags. Are you ready to go? I don't know. Are we ready? I heard a no and a yeah, which is very real. Okay. Almost, you say. Almost. Okay. We have to learn as much as we can before we're going to go. So we get out of our tents. We have a magic tent that just folds up really fast. And we go and join all the people. And everyone is there. How many people do you think are there? 1,000? I think there's more than 1,000. How many do you think? 1 million people? 2 trillion people? It could be, because the Torah and the rabbis say that everyone was there. Everyone who was and is ever going to be was there. So that's a lot of people, just saying. So you look around. I don't know, does it feel good to you? Do you feel crowded being around that many people? Okay, Moses has a message for you. Moses says, you stand here today, all of you, from the youngest, wherever our babies went, to the oldest. I won't point out our oldest. The leaders, the families, the wood choppers, everybody together as one people, you stand here ready to make a new home in the land of Canaan. If you follow all the lessons that I taught you, you're going to find happiness. You have the power to choose what happens. Your friend standing next to you, it's up to us? He asks. Everyone gets the choice, Moses says. You get to decide how to live your lives. So I'm wondering, what choices do you get to make in your lives today? What choices do you get to make? Raise your hand if you get to choose when you wake up in the morning. I don't. Okay. Raise your hand if you get to choose what you have for breakfast. Okay. Raise your hand if you get to choose what you wear to school. Not everyone does. We don't all get the same choices. What are some other things you get to choose about your lives? Yeah, in the back. My friend's in the back. What'd you say? Oh, when to read. Yeah, as much as possible. Yeah, what else? What sports you get to do? What hairstyle you want to rock? Yeah. does happen. Anyone else? Things you get to choose? Yeah, Harmony? What you wear for summer? Say that again. I don't know who it was. Your bed. Ooh, nice. Okay. How many of you get to choose who you're friends with? Yeah. You get to choose what you say. You get to choose how you respond to things. What are some things you don't get to choose? What are things you do not get a choice about? Yeah, we'll go this way this time. You do not get to choose who, if you want to have a family and who's in your family. You do not get to choose that. That is true. Yeah. You do, yeah. You do not get to choose when you want to wake up in the morning. And in fact, a lot of the structure of our lives is laid out for us in many ways of like, if you have school or a job, what time you have to be there. Yeah. You do not get to choose what age you get to drive at, in the sense that you have to wait until you are 15 at least to start driver's ed. But you don't have to choose to drive then. You could wait until you're 40 and have your parents drive you around. No, Michelle says no. Sarah. Oh. What? Chores or not? Yes. You cannot choose anything that's against the law. Technically, you could choose to do those things. There will just be bad consequences, right? It would not go very well for you. Yeah. Yeah. If you get homework or not, you can't choose that. How long you get to stay home? Oh, at night. Yeah, Oscar. Whether or not what? You, you and Alice, my friend. Yes. Okay, so what do you think it means to make a good choice? How do you know? What does it mean to, first of all, what does it mean to make a good choice? Let's take the homework. What's a good choice? Because you don't get to choose if you have homework or not, but you get to choose if you're gonna do it. You get to choose when you're gonna do it. You get to choose how much effort you're gonna put into it, right? So how do you know what would be a good choice? You know what people say, make good choices. Yeah, Sarah. What? Just doing it is a good choice? Okay. What would be a bad choice? Yeah. 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 Speaking from personal experience, I don't know. Yeah. 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 So when Moses gave us all these rules, when we're standing at the desert at the mountain before we crossed into our new home as a Jewish people, he's telling us, here are all the ways that you can live a good life. And some of them are rules that doesn't talk about homework in the Torah, but things like doing your homework that are the equivalent of that. And then some of them are about how we treat other people, right? And what Moses is saying is, your life is up to you. You have the choice. These are the things that you should do. I think Moses, me, passing on from God, think you should do in order to live a good life. But ultimately, we get to make the choice every year. And on Yom Kippur, one of the things we remember, sorry, Zeke, one of the things that we remember on Yom Kippur is that maybe there's something we've struggled with making a good choice on. And that is okay, because every year we always have the opportunity to make a different choice. Nothing about our lives is set in stone. We have a lot of power to choose how we want to behave in the next year. So Moses looked out to the people and said, now that you've learned everything that, oh, you're going to be Moses? Go for it.
I was going to be an echo.
Yeah. Please, Bavakasha, Moses.
Now that you have learned everything that God gave me to teach you, what happens next is up to you.
It's a very good Charlton Heston impression that you do that. I like that. All right. You're going to close your eyes tight. Hold on to everything that you learned from Moses. All the things from don't murder, honor your parents, keep Shabbat, don't put a stumbling block in front of other people, give to the poor. There's so many things. It's hard to remember them all, and that's okay. Because we learn the Torah every year. We remind ourselves. And we do as much as we can. And we always know that in the next year, we can do better. Okay. We are going to stand back up. We're going to wrap ourselves back up. Are we ready? It's really hard for me to count backwards. Shalosh, shtaim, echad. We're going to wrap yourself back up. Put on your belt. Put the cover on another friend, Torah friend. Put your cover on someone else. Can you put my cover on? Thank you. And then we're going to put our Torahs back in the ark. 1, 2, 3, we'll go back in the ark. That was a good journey. And you can be seated. Okay. And we have one more prayer that we're going to do before we wrap up today. That is on page 137. And this is our prayer called Ashamnu. Sometimes if you just say, like, what have you done? Do you know what you did that was wrong? You're like, I don't know. But Ashamnu reminds us of all the things that are not as nice to do. And then you read them sometimes and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I did do that. So we reflect a little bit on the things that maybe we aren't so proud of and think about how we'll do better in the new year. We're gonna
Do a little tapping.
maybe do a little tapping, yeah, if you wanna either make a fist or take your hand. And we tap our hearts when we do this. As part of that, remember, unhardening of our hearts and opening up. Yeah.
Tap,
Tap, tap your heart. Tap, tap, tap your heart. Tap, tap, tap your heart. On Yom Kippur, it's time to restart. I da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da.
Ashamnu,
Ashamnu,
Bagadnu,
Baganu,
Gazalnu,
Gazamnu,
Dibarnu Dofi,
Dibarnu Dofi, ay, 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 ay.
We've made mistakes.
We've made mistakes.
We've done bad things.
We've done bad things.
But this is what
But this is what
the new year brings.
the new year brings.
A chance to change.
A chance to change.
a chance to grow
a chance to grow
with one first step,
with one first step,
nice and slow.
nice and slow.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Thank you all for coming. On Yom Kippur, we have many different services, but they're actually all part of one big, long service. And so we don't have an official ending to each of our services in the way that we normally do. So that's where we're going to pause. If you're staying for a 10:30 service, you are welcome to hang out. Happy to have you stay. You're also welcome to come back. Everyone's welcome to come back at 5. You're welcome to stay all day. You're welcome to come back at 5 for our Ne'ilah service, which is the final part of our Yom Kippur service. And we'll end with blowing the shofar. So if you like shofar, that will be fun. If you blow the shofar, you can come bring a shofar to blow. Everyone will be invited to come up and blow the shofar. And then our breakfast is at 6 o'clock or whenever we finish that service. Roughly 6. Anything else?
No.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you all. If you are fasting, hope you have a meaningful fast, and Gemar Tov.
Gemar Tov.